What's up, Spartans? All right, just wanted to make this video showing you how to make the spears. I learned it on YouTube. Here we go. Two 5-foot sticks. They're actually shovel handles. Got them from Home Depot. This one is Ames True Temper. And what I like about these is they come with the little silver tip. Now the silver tip sucks. I mean, this thing, it's almost coming off right now and it's brand new. So I'm gonna sink, it's got these little divot right here where they've smashed it in where it's supposed to not come off. But I'm gonna sink a screw there and a screw there all the way through. Or maybe just drill a hole and put a bolt, a little flush bolt. But you can see it's got a hole pre-drilled. And that's just a hair smaller than a 1/2 inch. So a 1/2 inch bolt at the tip, you're gonna have to thread it. It's gonna be tight. So what I did was, I did mine a little different than the video that I watched. I got a piece of all thread. I think this is 10 inches. Yeah, it's 3/8 by 12 inches. And it probably doesn't even need to be this long. 8 or 10 inches is probably good. But this is 3/8 of an inch. So like I said, 3/8 of an inch is less than a 1/2 inch. And this is just a hair shorter than a 1/2 inch. So if I would have got a 1/2 inch piece of all thread, I would have had to have threaded it down that wood, which normally I wouldn't have cared. But these handles are cheap. I picked them up for about $4. And I don't want to have to take the time of getting the right drill bit to pre-drill and all that. So I don't mind it being a little loose. A lot loose, really. Because all I'm going to do is go like this. Take my liquid nails. Pretty simple. Oh, helps if I take the thing off, right? My little screw cap to keep it dry, to keep it moist. I'm just going to stick this in there. Squeeze some down in there. That should be plenty. It's a pretty deep hole. You'll see right now, this is 12 inches. And that goes down there pretty good, pretty snug. And let me tell you one thing. In 24 hours, not even Thor could pull that thing out of there. Same thing. Grab the next one. Real simple stuff here, guys. Squirt a little bit in there. Doesn't gotta be pretty, man. You're not going for prettiness. You're just going for effectiveness. When you stick the tip of the gun in there, start squeezing, but don't put the tip far down in there. Just kind of set it in there. When you start squeezing the trigger, you'll feel the gun kick back. That's when you know you've put enough in there. You don't want to fill the entire hole, because obviously the mass of this, with the hole filled, it's going to shoot everywhere when you stick this down in there. You can see where I've got mine in there. I mean, that's pretty good. So all I'm going to do is take my finger and make a nice tight seam right there. I mean, that's pretty good. You just got yourself a Spartan Spear. Pretty easy. Take the tag off, let it sit overnight, take the tag off, and if you need to chop some of it off, just use a hacksaw blade, or I'll use a grinder. I'm in construction, so I got every tool on earth. This one, the first one I did, I don't think I put enough in there, so I'm just taking some excess, maybe wiggle it about a bit, maybe put a little bit more in there, just to hit that tip and spread it like that. Yeah, because if you don't put enough in there, this thing it'll move on you. You want it to tack up. It'll tack up in about 2 hours, hour or 2 hours. But it'll be fully cured in 24 hours. And I would say, honestly, give it 48 hours. Just to just to play it safe. I've been using liquid nails for the last 25 years, and it's great stuff. But one thing I've learned is if you fuck around with the dry time, it's gonna mess things up. And once you've messed with it before it's fully cured, you'll never get that back. You'll have to either buy a whole new thing and start over, or rip this all thread out and dig it out. And trust me, it's leave it upright like this. Don't leave it like this. Come on, guys. Leave it upright for 24 to 48 hours. I'm gonna leave mine right where they're at for about 2 days. They're up against my my workout area, but I'm not doing weights right now too much, so yeah, I'm not doing weights. I'm doing a lot of running, a lot of calisthenics. I mean, I've got pull-ups right there, but I've also got pull-ups in my garage somewhere else, and I go down to the park and do pull-ups. So that's pretty simple, man. A 6-minute video, a little longer than I wanted to, but you get the idea. Got the sticks, which they're broom handles at Home Depot. I got the 3/8 by 12-inch all thread. It's just a piece of threaded rod. You can use those 12-inch nails, bolts, lag bolts, screws, whatever. Just the thickness is what you want. I use 3/8. Not every hole in the wood is going to be the same. So when you go look at your hardware store, check the hole, check to see what size. Just walk the stick over to the hardware section and grab a bunch of bolts and nails and whatever else. You just need something to stick in that bale of hay or styrofoam. The video I watched, the guy used styrofoam. He had it backed with styrofoam and then some hay in the front, and he said that worked the best. Hay, so many throws with hay, you'll start digging yourself a little hole, and pretty soon it'll fall apart on you. So he used the styrofoam and he duct taped it up, and it kind of held together so that even when the hay kind of ate through, he still had something to stick into. I'm sure there's better products out there, but I'm probably just going to go down to the arts and crafts store and just get a big couple pieces of styrofoam, maybe inch thick or 2 inches thick or whatever. Duct tape them up, maybe liquid nails those together, the styrofoam. You could probably just use styrofoam. Just get a bunch of cheap styrofoam and glue them together and make it super thick, like you're at a gun range or something, and just practice away. All right, guys, if that was helpful, hope so. I'm going to be doing, that's one thing else I want to talk about. I'm a construction guy, and this is going to be my first beast. So, like I've posted before, I'm in Southern California, I'm in Palm Springs, California. There's not really much to do for training around here besides go run in the 120-degree heat, which is great, and there's mountains I can climb. But I'm actually gonna do a series of videos leading up to my beast. I think that's the goal of me building DIY obstacles. I know there's videos out there where people have them in their backyards. I'm gonna try to build an 8-foot wall, a little section. I'm gonna try to build the rope climb, the easy stuff like the 5-gallon bucket. I don't need to do that. I could just grab a bucket. I don't need to build a course for that. I can just take it to my mountain and practice. But anything that has to do with building something to practice, I'm going to try to build it in my backyard. I got a decent little sized backyard, and I've been building stuff since I was 14, and there you go, man. We'll see how it works. But yeah, so yeah, almost a 10-minute video. Hope that was helpful, guys.